Check your privilege edition. Put a finger down if you have been called a racial slur. Put a finger down if you've been followed in a store unnecessarily. Put a finger down if someone has crossed the street to avoid passing you. Put a finger down if you've had someone clench their purse in an elevator with you. Put a finger down if you've had someone step off of an elevator to keep from riding with you. Put a finger down if you've been accused of not being able to afford something expensive. Put a finger down if you have had fear in your heart when being stopped by the police. Put a finger down if you have never been given a pass on a citation that you deserved. Put a finger down if you have been stopped or detained by police for no valid reason. Put a finger down if you have been bullied solely because of your race. Put a finger down if you have been denied service solely because of the color of your skin. Put a finger down if you've ever had to teach your child how not to get killed by the police. Any fingers left? That's privilege.
My fingers are still up. I don't know about you, but I have just been so sad. My heart just aches for so many people that are hurting right now. And we're starting a new series today where we're going to talk about injustice, the injustices in the world, and what our response as followers of Jesus should be. And we've had this series planned for a while to do right now, and isn't that just such God's timing to talk about this right now? Because we need to talk about this right now. I'm wearing my This Is Our Time shirt today because this is our time. In the course of this month, we're going to ask one simple question with really profound answers. What if we really treated everyone like they were created in the image of God? Everyone. And today we're going to be talking about racism. Systemic racism that still exists in this country and in this world, and what our response should be. And I hope and I pray that you will take the same stance that I am taking, that our Pulse leaders are taking, to listen and to learn, to put away anything that I think I learned, and probably need to unlearn a bunch of stuff that I think I know. Because this is our time to step up, to step in, to help fight systemic racism that still exists in our country today. And I am by no means an expert. I have no qualifications to speak into this topic. So today we're going to be hearing from some other voices that are more qualified to speak on this topic. I hope you will listen. I hope you will learn. I hope that you will join us for our Zoom call at 7 o'clock on Monday so that we can have an open discussion and dialogue to talk about these issues that need to be talked about. Most importantly, I pray that you will be open to learning what it is that God is calling you to do to fight injustice, specifically the injustice of systemic racism that still exists.
Hey guys, you might have noticed that the Pulse show looks a little different this week. And you might be wondering why we would decide to go in this direction instead of the normal goofy stuff, 5-minute message thing that we've been doing for a while. 2 weeks ago, as of the time that you're probably watching this video, in Minneapolis, a man named George Floyd was killed. It was not the first killing of a black man by police to get national media attention, and unfortunately, I don't think that it will be the last. But it was the straw for a lot of communities that broke the camel's back. And for many of you, those facts, those are what we call politics, which means that it's this whole area of life you don't want to think about, that you would rather didn't get inside the safe space that we're building at Pulse. And being honest, I don't want politics here either. I have a lot of political opinions, but the most important thing to me, the most important thing that I can do as your hippie director of student ministry, whatever my title is to make sure that this is a safe place that you can come, you can talk about what's going on in your life, you can learn about God, and you can never feel judged. And if you come from a family who politically disagrees from me and mine, I know that it's really easy for politics to feel judgy. And that's not what we're doing here today. But we love Jesus. I mean, that's the whole reason for Pulse, is so that we can learn more about Jesus. And as I consider my faith, two things are definitely true. Number one is that Jesus gave us two big commandments: love God and love people. That these are the center of the Christian way of life. That if I am going to be a Christian, I have to love my neighbor as myself. And number two, that according to the Bible, love means I have to listen. The book of James says, be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to wrath. For the wrath of man does not produce the righteousness of God. I believe that. And because I believe that, I need to listen to the voices of those who are demonstrating right now. I need to let those voices know they are heard, that I understand, and that the gospel is a safe place for them too. And right now, those voices, many of them preachers, ministers, Christians, just like us around the country, are demonstrating, because there really is a history of violence, a history of discrimination that Black families know about. And if you come from a white context, you might not, or you might have heard about it very differently. So tonight, I want us to suspend judgment. We're going to jump into a Zoom call and have a conversation after this. And I hope that it is a conversation that is safe, that is meaningful, where you feel heard and where you open your heart to hear what the other people at Pulse have to say about what's going on. Because in the middle of all this turmoil and chaos, Pulse cannot be both a safe place and a place that doesn't talk about what's going on in the real world. We can't. We need to be a space where these ideas can be discussed. We need to be a space where Black lives matter and have value. And that means that we say the names of the people who are killed, we honor them, and we listen to the stories of those who survive. And the end of this video is just that. It's a video called Dear Child that I want every single one of you to watch to the end. It's a video that's had a lot of impact on me, and as I was considering how to end this, this was the only way that I could figure out how to do it. It's a video about the talk that Black families have to have with their children, that many Black parents have had because they fear their child might one day be killed by police. And whether or not you agree with their assessment of reality, if we want to love our neighbor, we have to listen. So that's what we're going to do.